Welcome back to another video. We're going to be checking out Mt Lindesay today. I'll be exploring along the New South Wales Queensland border, following the rabbit-proof fencing. We'll be coming up the south side up to the first tier. Then I'll be circumnavigating around on the western side and down the northwest ridge back to the start point. Enjoy. Running the Queensland New South Wales border on the New South Wales side. New South Wales track, Queensland track. Okay, so now we hang a left and start heading upwards. Okay, so we've come to the start point. This is up there. And there's a little spot that marks the way up. Took me about half an hour to get here. It's just past 8:30. Yeah, it's now the fun begins. It's currently 8:48. 4 years ago I climbed up this mountain, and I'm sitting right now 4 years later in the exact same spot where I took a little bit of film or footage of me resting, and I can say that the track is still just as tough. And this back side of Mt Lindesay, which is the most accessible part up to the first tier, is still just as tough as ever. It's very gusty, very breezy, and it seems to sweep around the western side of this mountain quite a bit, which is just as well. It's a good thing I actually am sweating, otherwise I'd actually be quite cold. So anyway, a bit further up, not long to go before we reach the first tier, and then pretty much we'll just see how we go, finding our way up. Safe, that's safe and doable. Okay, so it's just after 9 o'clock, so it's taken just over an hour to come to the backside, the southern side of Mt Lindesay, the first tier. Now, not necessarily that I'm going to go up this way, but I do want to have a look. Nope, looks like someone has wisely removed the rope that used to be here. Actually, I stand corrected. The rope is still here. Don't use anyone else's rope ever. Okay, so I decided to climb up the rear southern side access point. I got up as high as I personally could and physically could, and I appreciated the view that I had from up here. However, I came to the conclusion that this was as high as I was going to go, and I wasn't going to risk life or limb trying to get to the top if I didn't feel confident and comfortable in doing so. I'll get up to the top one day, just not today. Well, once again I tried going up that route that has the rock climber's rope, and I made it up a good way, but once again my risk assessment got the better of me, and pretty much I had to make a decision to turn back, as You know, without proper rock climbing gear and experience, it's not wise. However, there's nothing stopping me from having a good walk around. Down here, from memory, there is a little shelter, a little cave. We'll just go check it out, see if there's any yowies in there. So I'm a bit bummed out, to be honest, that I didn't get up further that way. But at the end of the day, still want to get home for a nice hot meal in one piece. So, without further ado, let's take a bit of a walk around and look around the backside of the mountain. You can see there is a bit of a footpath here. Alright, so I'm walking around up on the eastern side of Mt Lindesay, just trying to see if there's another pathway up. I'll tell you what, it ain't looking promising. It ain't that familiar. This is a bit of a nice view out there. Alright, going to head back around the other side of the mountain, but as I go past, I'll just shake my fist in anger. Okay, kind of wandering towards the western side of Mt Lindesay. Not much of a footpad over here. However, just tracking along and having a look what's around. All around this mountain, there's places like this. Nice little cavey top of areas. If you can see, actually goes quite deep down there. Yeah, it's quite cool. I don't really see too much ways up this mountain around this side anyway, so I may as well just explore a little bit and then give this mountain a kiss goodbye. And I guess one day I'll get to see the top of this particular mountain. Either I learn how to rock climb or I go to heaven and see it when I'm with Jesus. Oh, hello. There's a slight pad over here. Let's check it out. And so you can see this is what the western side is like. Very rough, no path, and pretty much upwards. This is what you're facing. This is why Mt Lindesay is not a hiking trail. For some reason I just can't seem to get that into my head. Mount Lindesay is rock climbing, not hiking. It's pretty rough country up here. Still on the western side, working my way to the north, and then I'll be just coming down the ridge back to the car via that way. I haven't done that way before, so I thought let's do something different. Plus I've covered too much terrain now to go back, so I may as well just keep powering ahead. Still very sheer cliffs up over here. So coming down this this northern ridge line, I can see there's fencing that's been placed here. So I'm going to try following this. This looks like an obvious route down the ridge line, and I've got a good feeling we'll be coming back very close to our car park. I go by feelings when I go hiking. I feel like I'm heading in the right direction. If you've ever wondered what Gympie-Gympie plant looks like, this is it. It's very nasty. And one swipe of your hand over this stuff, just like I did a second ago, gives you a very stinging reminder of just how human you are. I love lantana. You can see up ahead Mount Barney. Okay, so we've got the east peak and you got the west peak. Time is 11:38 a.m. still making my way down this ridge line on the northern side of Mt Lindesay. And I tell you what, that was rough country. I'll still keep going down. There's a gradual decline. Lantana. I think I've come through the hardest part. I'm very close to the trail. Let me just follow this a bit. Okay, so I've done the circuit and I've come back to the border going this way. Very rough country. All right, see the trucks. The Mt Lindesay highway's right there.
So time's 12:06 p.m. Well, I finished the hike. What can I say? I wasn't able to get up the summit again. However, I did get to explore quite a few other areas and cave type of sections of Mt Lindesay, and I got to come back a different way, what I call rough as guts country. It is rough traveling on that on the western side and coming down that northwestern ridge. That's rough as, but made it through and got back here safe and sound in one piece. Even though I didn't get up to the summit, I'm still glad that I gave it a try and came up to a nice vantage point. But it's just one of those mountains until I learn how to climb, Nabsale, etc. Then I think this one will just be, I'll be happy having explored around it. Okay, thanks for watching.